I feel like I haven't played the game to fuck people over. Can we swear on this?
Previously on Survivor, All or Nothing. Two become one as Tiburon and Aguila merge, forming the new Fieras tribe. At the immunity challenge, players are partnered up with one pair winning immunity, but at Tribal Council, if your partner is voted out, you are voted out. Xavier and Katie win the challenge, and Patrick plays his idol for him and Ra before the vote. With only 3 pairs left to vote for, Chris feels the pressure and plays his idol for Andy and himself, forcing a showdown between Clementine and Shannon and Courtney and Emma, with the latter failing to get the votes needed to keep themselves in the game. Immediately after the vote, the players compete in their next challenge, balancing glasses of water on their heads and hands. After an intense battle between Pat and Ra, Ra wins her first individual immunity. But a twist at Tribal Council has the jury voting for someone to go to Exile Island for the night, before the vote in the morning. With 3 votes, Chris is sent to Exile Island, and the following morning he is also unanimously voted out of the game by his tribe. 7 are left. Who will be going home this time?
Last night was really rough. After the endurance challenge, that one really took it out of me. Got quite emotional by that point as well. It was like after playing the idol last night and then just kind of giving the challenge my all and hearing so much vocal support go towards Ra, it just really felt like even though I'm trying to tell myself that I think that it was more support for Ra than discontent towards me. It was hard not to take it that way, and just felt like, well, you know, it took it out of being a game and just felt like, oh, no one here respects me or likes me or anything like that. So that was rough. But Shannon and Andy were really good last night. They were like nice. They helped out, which is nice. Offered a hug, just lovely.
I'm really glad that I made it to the next morning. You know, after the first challenge, I was scared that I was going to be voted out first, and here I am in the final 7. Amazing. And feeling, you know, cautiously optimistic that I can go further in the game, and we'll see what happens when we get there.
I think Clem's at the top, and she's my solid 2 at the moment, so I'm staying with that as a shield. Hopefully we can get her out at some point.
There's still a red tribe. There's 4 members of the red tribe, so that's one.
Who are those members?
Shannon, Xavier, Patrick. But then Patrick's sort of on the outs with Ra a bit. So maybe Andy and Clem. Clem having joined, was swapped with Clem at the end, who brought along Andy, so I don't know, there's a lot going on.
Well, Clem's doing very well, and that's why I want to get her out, because she has, she's very persuasive, and she has really, not determined, but she could be seen to have been determining some of the votes, or many of the votes. Yeah, which is worrying. I think that there's more to it than someone just saying this is the plan. You know, there's all of the conversations that happened before that lead people to that decision. There's all of the conversations that happen with the other people around that lead them to agreeing to that decision. So I don't think it's quite as simple as saying Clem's determining the votes, but it could easily be seen that way. So I think Clem is very strong.
If everyone is keeping loyal to their word at this stage, the top four we want is Andy, me, Shannon and Katie. So really, if we manage to make that to the top four, then it's really anyone's top three, I think. If I somehow manage to make it to the top three, though, I think I've got a good argument for saying, you know, came from the bottom, like literally landed in a tribe by myself, and didn't like get swept up in what they were doing, you know, have been like orchestrating things and moves and playing a good social game.
Everyone knows that Clem is a threat, and as far as I'm concerned, this Clem is my absolute number one target. She's the other person, to the best of my knowledge, who has another third of the word search that came from the torches. And last night we made a trade, which was that I'd tell her whether or not I had an idol, showed her my idol, and she'd show me the note, and she did not do that. So as far as I'm concerned, Clem screwed me over on this one, and I want her gone.
That's definitely on the chopping block, which is good because I think he's going to give me his little bit of paper.
I've got two now, and if he was telling me the truth, then I think Chris went home with the third part of those two clues. And they say on the bottom of them that if you get voted out holding this clue, you must gift it to someone else. And I guess it's just a question of whether or not he'll give it to me knowing that I have the other one, or if he'll give it to someone else to try and screw up my game. But I would like him to give it to me. Yeah, but it's a difficult, I think it's just a crossword, but without the other part, like it's pointless. And I don't know if it's a clue to an immunity challenge or if it's a clue to an advantage. I'm not sure. There's literally nothing on it to specify.
I feel like I've got my hands in all the pies at the moment. So I think that's really good. I hope that just keeps making things come my way in terms of advantages and bequeathments. I'm really keen to know what these three clues are and how that all fits into the mix.
I was very happy to make merge because I've now become dateable. I think everyone that made it are pretty much on a level playing field. I think they're still kind of on a level playing field. There's potentially a couple of easy votes, but who knows, maybe things will get shaken up.
My biggest threat is probably Andy. He's very hard to read. He's trying to get answers from me, but not really giving much himself. So he spoke about what's my ideal final three, and it's really hard to say at the moment. So I think that Andy would be somebody that working with, yes, but fearful of.
I think I'm in a good place because I'm not seen as a threat right now. Managed to fly under the radar, but also I'm starting to feel a bit goaty, so I just need to be mindful of that, when to start to kick it up a notch now, because it feels like a bit of a free-for-all, whereas I feel like I literally had my hands hand tied in the last one to Chris.
My concern is that because I got votes from the jury, that I might need to do more if I'm going to get to the end and win. Having said that, having got votes from the jury means people might look at me as somebody who would be good to take to the end.
I don't think I'm a mover and shaker in this game. I'm just strong and steady. I haven't played the game to really come in and fuck people over. I've kind of tried to see what's happening and listen, and then kind of make strategic, logical moves from there. So I feel like, if anything, the jury, I might not be there's no one, I don't think, on the jury that's like, she fucked me over, I'm gonna bring her down. But also I haven't really played the game to the max. But I kind of feel like some people that are playing the game to the max kind of shoot themselves in the foot. So, and I'm aware of that because they're so busy strategizing that they kind of miss some things along the way. And then obviously they're seen as a bigger threat, so so who knows?
We all knew Chris would be an easy vote, but expected a blind side of the side, especially seeing as Chris's expectation was that it was me who was going, which means I'm probably next on the chopping block.
Patrick is a challenge threat, obviously, but that's just surface level bullshit. That's anyone can be a challenge threat, as we saw last night, depending on what the challenge is and what their strengths are.
You have to look at the different groups. Maybe we can start from the start. There's still 4 reds, okay? So that could be one way to take the vote. Pat has lied to us several times, so that sort of puts me out a little bit, and he was on the other tribe. So as far as my position, I think that I'm good with the other 2. And now that Chris is gone, there's nobody who's actively antagonising my game, so that's good.
So there was the plan prior to the plan that happened was a split vote, and I had aligned the splits were going to be 5-3 for Chris to Pat, and I had aligned 3 for people voting for Chris to actually vote for Clem. So that would have been a 4-3-2 vote for Clem. But when I went up to get changed and then came back to the tents, Clem had already nixed the split vote which she had put together and said, no, we don't need it, and talked to everyone, and everyone was on board, and we were already on our way up to tribal. So could have done a tie, but decided just to not rock the boat too much, not try to, I mean, she must know it's coming, but, just leave it calm for a little bit longer and then see if we can do it next or one after.
How do you feel you sit after this merge?
It's interesting. I haven't had any votes yet, which is a good thing, but also does that mean that I'm not making enough waves for the jury? So, is that the sort of thing that people might see me as a goat to take me through to the final 3? Not really sure. I know in terms of the tribe dynamics that people want to speak to me and they come up to strategize with me and just to talk to me and whatever, and that's almost everyone. I haven't done a lot of talking with Ra, which I need to repair. So yeah, it's hard to gauge.
Have I made allies? No, I don't think I've made strong allies, no, because my allies have gotten voted off, and then Chris would have been my last ally, but I ended up having to vote him off because that's the way it was going anyway. But also I didn't feel as bad about it, I think, is because, and who knows, because who believes anything everyone's saying here, but that he turned on Eden.
The next immunity challenge is split up into 3, with the number of players reducing with each part. In the first one, players must move 12 Skittles from their cup to their plate using only a straw. The first 5 progress to round 2. Pat, Andy, Clem with 1. Xavier, Ra with 1. Katie with 1. Clem, Pat, Adam. Andy's got his on. Clem getting 1 off the ground. In part 2, Shannon, Clementine, Patrick, Ra and Xavier must retrieve 3 puzzle bags and be one of the first 3 to complete their puzzle. With an impressive lead, Ra completes her puzzle first, way ahead of the rest. Coming in second and third are Clementine and Xavier, ready to battle it out in the final part of this individual immunity challenge. Players must now race to match their playing cards with a pattern on the board. The first player to get all cards in the correct order wins immunity. And after another tight finish, Clementine wins her first individual immunity. With more players on the jury than in the game, the remaining 7 start to feel the pressure of making big moves and earning the respect of the jury.
Would love to work with you. You did nothing wrong, but I'm pretty sure tonight it's either you or me. And it very well could be me, so my best bet of where I think the majority is.
Gonna go with the plan today. I'm sticking with my alliance. Really hoping it's not a blind side and it's going to be me. Hopefully I haven't left it too late to make my move, but Pat has one of the secret messages that were in one of the fire things, and I'm hoping that I've got a strong enough relationship with him through our time in the game where he'll bequeath it to me. So that's the reason for my vote. Hopefully I'm here to make a big move next time.
I'm voting for Pat today, or this tribal council. That seems to be the smoothest route forward. If there are any surprises, I'm going to write it fancy. Any surprises, you could see my name.
I give my vote to this person because, again, I seem to repeat myself a lot, but because I'm on the outer, especially now it's dwindled down, I am going with the majority. And if everyone says, does what they say they're going to do, then Andy's going anyway, so there's not anything I can do about that. But that said, I don't have strong alliances with anyone remaining, so this could actually be me going. So yeah, we'll see.
Andy, this is for a couple of reasons. I need to weaken the group of people that are working directly with me. And I find it really hard to get a read on you and know exactly where your head's at any point. You never rarely offer up someone's name first, and it's worrying when I can't get a read on someone.
Switching things up here. I just hope it's not being switched on me.
I hope this is the right choice between two potential right choices. But it won't be me tonight.
Can you please validate this for me?
I can confirm that this is not all votes cast for Xavier will still count.
I'm such an egg.
That's so great. So great.
Alright, I'll read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final, and that player will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote, Patrick. Second vote, Patrick. Third vote, Andy. Fourth vote, Andy. 2 votes Patrick, 2 votes Andy, 3 votes left. Third vote, Andy. Next vote, Patrick. So we have 3 votes Andy, 3 votes Patrick, 1 vote left. The 9th player voted out of Survivor, and the 9th member of our jury. Andy.
Oh, guys. This is 1 too late. Damn it.
Andy, the tribe has spoken. Head inside.
Go get him.
So clearly your track record of unpredictable big moves at Tribal Council is still going strong, judging by the reactions not only on your faces but the jury's faces. Head back to camp. FYI, the next challenge will be at the beach. While you won't be going in the water, I will give you an opportunity to go after the challenge, should you so choose to, so dress, bring things accordingly.
Thanks, Jeff.
At the next challenge, players must crawl under a rope course and retrieve 2 bags of puzzle pieces hidden in the sand. The first person to complete their puzzle wins immunity. Katie proves to be unstoppable as she wins her 2nd individual immunity challenge, guaranteeing her a place in the final 5. At Tribal Council, it becomes a fierce showdown between Shannon and Clementine. Will Fiera stay red strong, or will they take out one of their own?
Tough one. I think both these moves, Shannon or Clem, are big ones. Clem can talk her way, obviously, to the end, so can Shannon. But I think continuing with Shannon at this point is better for my game. I'd be on the bottom if I didn't vote Clem out now. Tough one.
Really? So this is a vote for Clem. Should be pretty cut and dry. Well, cut and dry between the two of us. See how we go. It might be the end of the line for me, but you're an incredible threat in pretty much every facet of this, so you have to go now. Otherwise, I see you winning and probably me voting for you at the end.
A really exciting vote. I really respect this person and have loved playing with them, and this, I don't know, it's a mixture of emotions writing that name down.
It's between you and Shannon tonight, and
I think if it comes to the final two, based on both of your game plans, I think Shannon's more likely to keep me around than you are. Or at least I can trust him more. I don't know. I think I've got a better chance of beating him than you.
I think Clem. I think Shannon's in power. If I pull this off, they're going to see it's me.
This to me is a no-brainer, and it's not. Clementine puts forward a good argument, and I agree with her, but these are thoughts I've been having before she even put that argument, because to me it just makes sense. They have seen the most together, but also they're the most quiet, so you don't really know what's going on. So I think that's a threat. I don't know if I was down to the final three with them, if I could, I mean with the final four, if I could trust that they would stick with me to be in the final three with them. So in that way I don't trust them. I feel like Clementine's game is clearer to understand. I guess that's the point. So Shannon, sorry.
Would like to play it, now will be time to do so. I'll read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final and that player will be asked to leave tribal council area immediately. First vote, Cool M.
Oh.
Second vote, Shannon. Shannon. Clem. 2 votes Shannon, 2 votes Clem, 2 votes left. Clem. 10th person vote out of Survivor. Clem, the tribe has spoken.
Well,